America, but there are people who don't agree
Hi,
with it. Now let me tell
it's
you,
Jehovah's Laws, world's greatest 10 Commandment magnifier in the Isles. Just as Isaiah had prophesied, someone great would come. And by the way, my roommate's name is Jesse, and I got this house from David. Oh, I don't know if that means anything. Never mind, just keep on calling me offensive. And we'll deal with whoever offends us by gathering them but from the four corners of the earth later. Don't worry about it. You never did. Anyway, God's 10 Commandments are what this nation under God was founded on. Isn't that obvious? Well, it should be obvious. Here, I'm going to turn over the floor to Pat Robinson, my friend now, because he started speaking for the commandments, and let him explain it to you.
what the first piece is about the offense of the Ten Commandments. I just assumed, as most of you did, well, we've got the Ten Commandments on the walls of the Supreme Court. We've got the Ten Commandments sitting behind the Speaker's dais in the House of Representatives. We've got the Ten Commandments hither and yon. And why is there a problem about the Ten Commandments? That was the fundamental law. I want to talk to you the next several days about the offense of the Ten Commandments. I just assumed, as most of you did, well, we've got the Ten Commandments on the walls of the Supreme Court. We've got the Ten Commandments sitting behind the Speaker's dais in the House of Representatives. We've got the Ten Commandments hither and yon. And why is there a problem about the Ten Commandments? That was the fundamental law of America. We took it for granted. But as you begin to analyze the Ten Commandments, you see something different as to why people are attacking it. Because this is the fundamental moral and spiritual law that underlies America. But there are people who don't agree with it. Now let me tell you what the first commandment says, and I think this is all the rest of them hang on this one. It starts off, I am Jehovah your God. And he tells the people, I am Jehovah who brought you out of the land of Egypt. So he starts off telling the people, I am your protector. I am the one who has saved you, delivered you, and therefore here are my requirements for you as my people. And this, of course, was established for Israel, but it has been acknowledged throughout the centuries. I want to talk to you the next several days about the offense of the Ten Commandments. I just assumed, as most of you did, well, we've got the Ten Commandments on the walls. Western civilization used to be called Christendom, and the Ten Commandments and the Sermon on the Mount were the foundations of the moral law that governed our conduct.
Those are the
and we
two
had
I concentrate
a social contract among ourselves that recognized God as the author of our liberties, and then from that ordered liberty based on the Ten Commandments. But in today's society in America, there has been a war against the Ten Commandments, and I was beginning to think, why we accept that as the foundation? Well, the Supreme Court said, no, you will take it out of your schools. Lower courts are now saying, no, take it out of your public places.
See?
And just recently, a federal judge who happened to be a more recent Yale law graduate ordered the Supreme Judge of the Supreme Court of Alabama to take a Ten Commandment plaque out of the courthouse of the Supreme Court of Alabama. Why? What is the offense of them? Well, I showed you. Number one, commandment number one is no other gods. And that...
Then why are we removing the true laws from our law building? No other gods. You're removing his chance to be God from your courts. You're choosing men's law and their doctrines, foolish ones, constantly changing, but God's law never changes. It's always been the same. A much more simpler law is the one that never has to change. That's why there's only 10. And there's been 10 for thousands of years. You wouldn't rather just have 10? Well, Jesus made it even simpler. Just keep 2 then, since you can't handle 10. I'll pay for the others you couldn't keep with my life. That's all it cost. Not keeping those 10 was Jesus' life. God's Son, His only begotten Son, the only begotten of the Father, had to pay for your defiance and not keeping the others. But don't worry about it. It's already paid for. Paid for in blood. That's why He was up there hanging around. That's why He said what He did. And they said, "If thou art the Son of God, come down from the cross, and we will believe you are." You see? But He hung in there as they were whipping Him. Bap! Bap! And then they dented His legs with clubs. Did all kinds of nasty shit. But He hung in there. It was not for Himself. It was for you. That's the penalty of not keeping God's commandments. You receive His fury for not keeping them. And it would have been death. A painful one. In a fire of brimstone. Forever. So He made it 2 since He died. And all power in heaven and in earth was given unto His Son. And God passed judgment unto His Son. Because He paid for you. So now you're His, and He can do with you what He wants to do with you. You have no more rights except the rights that Jesus gave to you. You can have those rights if you'll just keep 2 of His commandments. Love thy God with all thy heart, all thy soul, and all thy strength. And the second, love thy neighbor as thyself. For in these 2 laws hang the laws of the prophets. Anyone, even your enemy, love. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. You go to church to study about Jesus, right? That was Jesus' sermon. What I just said. It's Matthew 5 sermon. Is it Matthew 5? No, it's Matthew 6. See? I know. Because I know the whole sermon. I do. Doesn't Matthew 5 start out, "and seeing"? Doesn't Matthew 6 start out, "take heed"? Doesn't Matthew 7 start out, "judge not, judge, your honor"? Who judges anyway, despite what he told you? Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you, your honor. Again, you're not getting away from God. God will find you when it's time. Just as He walked through the door to find His apostles, He'll find you, your honor.